Good morning. My thanks to Dr. Mohan Rajan for this opportunity. Today, I'll talk something about the diplopia and its charting on how to interpret. Suppose it's given in examinations, how to answer. One more topic I'll cover also is regarding something about the community of ophthalmology also. What is diplopia? Just know this. What is diplopia? One single object is there. The patient sees it as double, two images. That is called diplopia. Single object is there. He is having two images. He is seeing two images called diplopia. See now here, others we got so many things are diplopia pictures. But what now? Suppose patient has come to your ophthalmic casualty department, gives a complaint of diplopia. Now you should know, is really dangerous or is something normal, or it may not be dangerous. Rather, you can come to a conclusion just by asking one question. Or what about the diplopia? When you close one eye, diplopia disappears or not? Otherwise, yourself you can do that. You cover one eye, see that diplopia for the patient disappears or not. That means what is the meaning now? When one eye is covered, diplopia disappears meaning is what? Only both eyes are open is experiencing diplopia. When the one eye is closed, diplopia disappears. That means what? Is a binocular diplopia. Only when both eyes are open, diplopia is there. That means you are most probably dealing with a case of nerve palsy. Imagine another thing. Suppose I close one eye, diplopia disappears. I told you. Whereas suppose I close one eye, diplopia persists. That is called monocular diplopia. That's one now. Monocular diplopia. Usually the cause has to be somewhere in the eye itself. For example, maybe iridodialysis, maybe subluxated lens. That means that means what? Most probably you're ruling out the neurological problems. The problems are where within the eye only. So always remember, both eyes open, diplopia is there. One eye closed, no diplopia. That means you are sure that you are dealing with a neurological case. That's what's the most important. That's the dangerous sign for us. Then you have to investigate further. Very rarely we can have some examples. I'm having diplopia. I close one eye. Uniocular diplopia is there. One eye diplopia is there. It can be, never forget, it can be very rarely neurological problems. That is called cerebral polyopia. It's a very rare phenomenon. Cerebral polyopia. That means there sometimes you can have an occipital lesions, and the uniocular diplopia may be that. That's a very rare phenomena. Generally, we tell close one eye, diplopia disappears. The binocular diplopia, it is a problem of neurological problems. You close one eye, diplopia persists. One eye itself, the diplopia is there. It's an ocular problem. But very rarely we can have what is called cerebral polyopia. Don't worry, nobody will ask these questions. Sometimes, if I come as an example, I will ask you a question. Doctor, you told now uniocular diplopia. How do you know this diplopia, the false image, real image, and all? What's the difference? In cerebral polyopia or cerebral diplopia, the false image and the real image will have same clarity. Whereas in a binocular diplopia, imagine now the false image belongs to the paralyzed eye will be blurred. Something it will not be distinct. This is what the important point you are supposed to know here. I told you binocular diplopia. Then we got rarely we can come across a problem of monocular diplopia in both eyes. Where I told you cerebral polyopia. Monocular diplopia occurs bilaterally. The images have equal clarity. That's what I told you. Equal clarity and do not overlap over each other. Where in bilateral occipital lesions. But don't comment first in the examinations. If you are asked, you tell. There's a possibility uniocular diplopia may be neurological related, but very rare. Don't tell first. Now, diplopia testing we have to do. Of course, you can do at 60 centimeters or 1 meter. You should have a slit. The patient should wear a red and green goggles. Red always in front of right eye. Don't change. The green in front of left eye. The name of the goggle, exam question again, Armstrong goggle. This is what the exam question will ask you. Red and green. Okay, doctor, what's the name? What's the name? We will ask you. Your answer is Armstrong goggles, sir. What for you using this red and green goggles? Now, I told you what is diplopia principle. One target, one object is there. You shoot two images you see. That means how to see that red and green. That means you have to use different glasses so that you can see a red image and a green image, double images. What is the main principle here? Exam question again. What's the principle? Your answer is, sir, we are dissociating the eyes by means of complementary colors. Never forget to utter this word, sentence. What's the principle of diplopia, doctor? Your answer is, sir, we are dissociating the eyes by means of complementary colors, sir. Here we are using red and green goggles, sir. Red in front of right always, always, always. Don't change it. This is what the exam question properly. Now, there are, when you have a diplopia, now, we have got one thing, of course, everyone knows that, but you do not know it's called loss of diplopia called Deimaya. Everyone knows the problem. It may be something in a problem, false image. All these things you may be knowing. But the problem is what? You do not know what is loss of Deimaya law. It's called as law, Deimaya law. Suppose the short words comes, Deimaya law. Don't forget. You have to write something about the diplopia only. What is Deimaya law? Everyone knows that. See, now we have got diplopia is there is no false image and all. Always remember the false image, that is abnormally paralyzed image, will be away from the center. That means what? Maybe upwards, downwards, or laterally, anywhere it can go. The false image is always outside. The false image is always slightly fainter than the real. Understand now? Then always remember this also point. When suppose imagine now my right lateral rectus problem is there. Right lateral rectus problem is there. When I look towards my right side, my right lateral is not working. That means that position I will have more diplopia. That means what? The diplopia will be maximum in the direction of the action of the muscle. This is what you are supposed to know. There only can have maximum separation of the images. Muscle is paralyzed, that muscle coming into play, not able to work in that location, in that area, maximum separation will be there between the real and the false image. Important point what? The false image is always away. The false image will always, the maximum separation will be in the direction of the action of the muscles. These two things never forget. Next, you know, we got right red images, right red color, left is green color. I can have a right image, red image and green image. Suppose my right image, red image is my right side only. Right image is in right side only, same side. That means what? Is an uncrossed diplopia. Suppose the right image has come to left side, it is cross diplopia. Just know this. You know, hardly we got 6 muscles, man. Don't bother about that. Hardly we got 6 muscles. And the diplopia, I tell you, uncrossed diplopia, that means what? The right eye image, right side only. The red image, right only. Uncrossed diplopia, it can occur where? It can occur, which are the muscles? Never forget now one sentence. When abductors are paralyzed, you get uncrossed. Which are the abductors? Simple now, lateral rectus. One thing, everyone knows that. But the obliques also have got subsidiary actions of abductions. So obliques when paralyzed, you can have uncrossed diplopias. All these things you can easily understand. But what is happening, here? Suppose, imagine, I'll tell you, I can show you a picture. Now I can draw and show you. I can draw and show you what is happening. Imagine this is my right eye. This is my left eye. Okay, right, left. My fovea is here. Imagine my fovea is here. My fovea is here. By chance, my right eye abductor is paralyzed. Imagine now, this is an object. This object is going to fall in the fovea of the left eye. Imagine now. Now the right eye abductor is paralyzed. That means what? The right eye cannot abduct means the automatically the eye will go for a convergence because of adduction overactivity. That means what? The eye has come inwards. Now what will happen now? This object will fall on the nasal retina because the fovea has gone here. The image is falling on the nasal retina. Anything on the nasal retina is projected where? To the temporal area only. You know that an object falling on the nasal retina will project it temporally. That means what? When you have an abductor problem, eye is converged, eye is moved inwards. The object of interest will fall in the nasal retina, which is temporal. That temporal means what? Same side, man. That's all. Right? Take a same side, temporal side. That is called uncrossed diplopia can occur in abductor paralysis. That means what? Simple lateral ductus, 6 nerve palsy, or we can have obliques. Superior oblique, you know, fourth nerve. Of course, everyone. Inferior oblique, third nerve only, a part of third nerve. Understand now? Simple one thing I'll tell you. Simple thing how to remember. 6th nerve, a single nerve supplying single muscle when it is paralyzed, uncrossed. Imagine now nobody has crossed that fellow. Similarly, 4th nerve, a single nerve, single muscle supplying instead of single muscle, and when it get paralyzed, you get uncrossed. So 2 single nerve, no uncrossed. The 3rd nerve has got so many branches supplying so many muscles. That means what? Normally you are getting cross diplopia when 3rd nerve is problem. But the problem here is what? Exception is there. That means what? Which is the abductor there? Inferior oblique. Even inferior oblique, even though supplied by 3rd nerve, can have an uncrossed diplopia. That's all. Same way, when adductors are paralyzed, what will happen? I told you, I'll show you the picture now. When adductor, suppose is a left eye, this is a right eye. Understand now, is a fovea, fovea. This is left, right eye and left eye. When adductor is paralyzed, what will happen now? Now adduction is not there. The eye will go for abduction. That means what? Going outwards. That means the fovea is here. It has gone backside, going inwards. Now the object of interest will fall on the temporal retina. Temporal retina is falling on the temporal retina. Anything on temporal retina will project nasally. That means what? It has come to my left side. So when adductors are paralyzed, like middle rectus and recti, superior rectus, inferior rectus, they are all subsidiary actions. When they are paralyzed, you get cross diplopia. Just remember this. Very, very simple to remember. Never forget this. Uncrossed diplopia, cross diplopia can occur where. But I want all of you to know something about the muscles, origin, insertion, actions, everything should be in the fingertips, in your fingertips. Then only you can understand all these things. It's not difficult, not all difficult. When you interpret diplopia, it's very easy, I'll tell you. I told already, cross diplopia where? Involvement of superior rectus, inferior rectus, middle rectus, that's all. These are the muscles, when they are involved, you get cross diplopia. Imagine, suppose the chart is given, man, like this. The chart is given to you. Always remember, you are seeing now, for your right is right. This is your right side. That means the right side. This is right side for you. As if you have to imagine now, you see this is the left side for you. You imagine now, your positions now. This is what now? Right eye laterally moving. That is called dextroversion. See, each quadrant, we have got 2 muscles, yoke muscles are there. You know that. Right eye, one muscle, left eye, one muscle. They are called yoke muscles, synergist. What happened now? When I look dextroversion, I know my lateral rectus work in the right eye, left eye, middle rectus. When I look dextro elevation, understand now, superior rectus, right eye, and left to be inferior oblique. When I look down, dextro depression, right inferior rectus, and left superior oblique. These are things just you have to know. No other go, no other shortcut. You should know the muscles where they are acting more. Finished. Unless you know that something, understanding diplopia will be something difficult. So now you see, this is called levo elevation. There are 2 muscles. Left eye superior rectus, right eye inferior oblique. Left eye lateral rectus, right eye middle rectus. These are all levo version, levo depression. Right, left eye inferior rectus, right eye superior oblique. Never forget this. The yoke muscles. You are supposed to draw this diagram and draw the write the names of the muscles in each quadrant sideways like this. Then only can easily tell you the exams. Next point you see now. I told you here right eye red and left eye green. You know that. I already told you the false image, abnormal image will be away. Peripherally situated, maybe horizontally, maybe vertically, anywhere. In this case, if you see that the right eye image, the red is down. That means what is away. So you can tell now, sir, right eye image further down, sir. That's the right eye problem, sir. Finished. You know, I come to a conclusion, right eye image problem. Next what? Sir, right eye image has come down, sir. What's the meaning now? A depressor is paralyzed. Always remember, when the muscle is paralyzed, that I already told you, they're projected to extreme outwards. So here depressor problem. I know now I come to a conclusion what? Sir, right eye problem is there. Right eye depressor problem is there. I have come to a conclusion. Next you see now, right eye image present where? In the right side or left side? See now the right eye image, right only. This right side, so right side only. Right eye image, right side only. And you see the maximum separation somewhere here. That means what? Right eye image, downwards, depressor palsy. Red image is uncrossed. Which is the depressor? Uncrossed. There are two depressors. You know that? Two depressors in the right eye. One inferior rectus and superior oblique. Already told you, superior oblique is uncrossed. Finished. So just away you can tell, sir, right eye superior oblique problem, sir. Now, if you want to interpret further, you can tell, sir, you see the maximum separation, sir. In the quadrant where the superior oblique is working, you can tell this. And moreover, one more point you can add in exams, sir, the tilt is here, sir. The tilt, the upper end is tilted towards the left side. If you want to tell this, otherwise just forget. If you're able to understand, it's okay. I'll tell you, if the right eye image tilting towards the left side means what? Very simple, I'll tell you. Imagine I'll tell you one important point. If even for the head posture, same thing holds good. For the head posture of superior oblique muscle, superior rectus holds good. I'll tell you. Suppose imagine now you tilt your head towards right shoulder. Imagine your head towards the right shoulder. Imagine now what happened now. The right eye is going to extort. Imagine it's going to fall. To overcome that fall, naturally intartars are coming into play. Understand? It is beginning to the center area. That means intartars are what? Superior oblique. Naturally, what will happen now? Superior oblique, superior rectus problem is there. If a problem is there, the head cannot be tilted to the right side because he will have more diplopia. That's why that fellow will tilt the head towards the left shoulder, sound shoulder. That means what? When you tilt your head towards the left shoulder, the right eye is going to intart, and it has the external one going to come into play. That means intarts are not working. That means when the paralyzed muscle is not working, you will not have diplopia, man. That's all. Same way here also, the head is tilted. I told you, the head tilt is because of to overcome the diplopia. It's a compensatory posture. Same way, here, the false image will be tilted towards the sound side only. See now here, the upper image, right eye image, tilted towards left side, like a head. Head, you know, going to be tilted towards the left side only. You know that is a posture. Same way, the image also tilted. That any way you can explain, man. Is it intart or the image can intart? That also you can tell. But very simply, I tell you, very simple thing to remember now, the false image in superior named muscles paralyzes. Superior named muscles. What is that? Superior rectus or superior oblique paralyzed. Suppose, for example, in right eye, the tilt will be towards the sound side. Suppose I've got inferior rectus problem, inferior oblique problem. The tilt, upper end tilt will be towards the ipsilateral side. Just remember this point. Superior towards sound. Superior means superior rectus or superior oblique. When they're paralyzed, the tilt of the image will be towards sound side. Sound means other side. Inferior named muscles of paralyzed means tilt towards the ipsilateral side, same side. Very simple. I used to tell our students, a very remember, man, sup means for superiors towards sound. Sup sound. Just remember like this. Sup sound. Just remember one thing. Superior named muscles are paralyzed, like superior superior oblique. When they're paralyzed, the head will be tilted towards the sound side. Head. Same way, the image head also will be tilted towards the sound side. These are the points. Just know this, very, very simple. Now, when the patient, with the chart is given to you, see now, sir, which image is further away, sir? Outside or downward, wherever. Is it only horizontal vertical, sir? Only if horizontal means you can have horizontal muscles like maybe the medial rectus or lateral rectus. If vertically means what? Is separated, it's a vertical active muscles. There are 4 muscles, you know that. Recti, superior rectus, inferior rectus, oblique, superior oblique, and inferior, but that's all. Now we see which image is further away, you know which eye is problem. You say horizontally only, you know maybe middle lateral rectus. Understand now? It is coming down, it's a depressor palsy. If it has gone down, it's a elevator palsy. Now you see now, it's a crossed or uncrossed. One depressor uncrossed is superior oblique, crossed is inferior rectus. Same way elevator. Elevator crossed is superior rectus. Inferior oblique is uncrossed because they are all abductors. This is the way you can easily interpret when a chart is given. Don't be panicky. Very, very easy. See that which image is further away. Which eye problem? No, is a depressor elevator. Depressor problem is the image will be coming down. Elevator means the image will go up. Horizontal means only horizontal separated. Like that you can tell in the exams. Very simple. I will show you some of the pictures. You can easily understand. So now here is now. This always remember this is for your right side and this is for left side. Can you see this? And you see here, don't bother about tilt and all here. See here, only horizontal separation is there. Horizontal. There is no vertical. That means you know it's only horizontal muscle problems. Which image is further away? Red is away. Can you see this? Red is away. That means right eye problem. Right eye problem. Horizontal muscle problem. Now we see the right eye image is right only. Uncrossed. Which is uncrossed? Lateral rectus. Finished. But lateral rectus straight away can tell, sir, it's a diplopia chart, sir. Red in front of right, sir. Green in front of left, sir. I can see, sir, red image horizontally separated, sir. And more problem, more separation somewhere in the lateral rectus area, sir. Right lateral area, dextroversion. It's an uncrossed diplopia, sir. It's a right lateral palsy, sir. Finished. Don't bother. And don't bother about the tilt and all. They may not ask you why tilt and all. Understand now? Don't bother. Just know this is horizontal separations. One more thing I'll say. Now we can see the kind here now. So now this is what right side, left side. Okay. Which is image further away? Which image is further away? You see the red only further away. That means what? Left eye, right eye problem. Red only means the right eye problem. See the right eye image has gone up. That means elevator problem. And you see the right eye image has come down. Depressor problem. Follow. And only one area where it don't flip a single image. That is where dextroversion, where the lateral rectus is working. That means what here? Now elevator problem also there. Depressor problem also is there. Don't bother about tilt. Tilt, we don't bother here. Always remember, is a everywhere cross diplopia. Everywhere cross diplopia. Right image is left side. It's a cross diplopia everywhere in all positions except dextroversion. This is a case of third nerve palsy. That's all, right? Third nerve palsy. Always remember third nerve palsy. That tilt, never forget this tilt. If you are asked in exams, that tilt always towards the ipsilateral side. That tilt will always be towards the same side. That's why you see now the tilt upper end tilted towards the right side, right side, right side. Can you see this? Now how to interpret now? Sir, right eye problem, sir. Elevator problem, sir. Depressor problem, sir. Cross diplopia, sir. One position where no diplopia, sir. Where lateral rectus is working, sir. It's a third nerve palsy, right eye. Finished. Like that you tell the exams. Already follow. Now we will take you to some other questions. What about third nerve palsy? Where is all these things? The questions may go in other ways. But just to initiate the topic, we tell. Don't be panicky in exam session. When a diplopia chart is given, you think for 1 minute and answer. Finished. Now we see. Here also you can see now, I'll tell you. Imagine this right side, imagine the right side, left side. Always remember, to the right is right. Now here, see which image is for the only horizontal. You know that horizontal separation. Which image is away? See the green. Green is away, not towards center. So green belongs to which eye? Left eye. I know it's a left eye problem. See now, the green has come to right side. It's a cross diplopia. Understand now? So cross diplopia, left eye, horizontal only, middle rectus. And a lateral rectus will produce uncrossed diplopia, man. Lateral rectus will produce uncrossed diplopia. So it's called a cross diplopia, horizontal only, the left eye problem. That is. Always remember, you can, if at all you see diplopia, no, these 6 positions only can see. Suppose I look towards left side, no problem. It's a left side problem. Same thing you can here also see. See now here. Understand now? Can you see this here? When you see towards the right side problem, you got diplopia. When you see left side, no people. Always remember these 6 quadrants you are supposed to know. Even if you draw the pictures, for diplopia in the examination, you draw the 6 positions, primary, up, down, something, select 6 positions only. You can draw the pictures. I'll tell you here, one more point. I already told you. Understand now? Next is now. Here you see now. Yourself, you ask a question. Hey, horizontal only man. Okay. Which image is further away? Green. Which eye? Left eye. Green where? Left eye, left side only, uncrossed. There is no tilt, nothing. No, only horizontal. This other area, single quadrant is there. There is no single image. That means what's the meaning now? Left eye, uncrossed diplopia, lateral rectus. That's all. I hope you understood. Are you able to follow me? Hello. Are you able to follow me this point? It's a classical thing, very, very simple. You yourself ask questions. Sir, which image is further away? Belongs to which eye? Is there crossed or uncrossed? Only horizontal or the thing or vertical separation is there. Finished. You can easily come to a conclusion. Can you see here? Now, normally we put a vertical slit and examine the person. It's a normal affair. Vertical slit and examine the person for a horizontal muscle problems. But here we have seen, here all these things are shown vertical. We have shown, these are all what? Vertical active muscle, agreed. You have put a vertical slit. But technically speaking, you are supposed to use horizontal slit. See that. Understand now? For vertically active muscle problems. That means put a slit like this, man, and you examine the person. Same thing, only right red, left green. What's happening here? Now, here, when you see here, just see this. Which image is further away? Just yourself ask. Green. So left eye problem. Which image has gone up or down? Is a left image has gone up. Is an elevator palsy. Is an elevator palsy. That means what? You have narrowed down to 2 muscles in the left eye. Which are the muscles? Superior. Is it inferior oblique? Now you must know what. Sir, see now the left eye image almost coming towards the right side. Can you see this? The left eye image as coming towards the left side, right side. Can you see this? That means what? It's a cross diplopia. It's a cross diplopia. What do you mean by that? The elevator cross diplopia can occur where? Superior rectus. Superior rectus. And I already told you that regarding tilt. Remember now, here in the horizontal, you have to see the lower end. Here the lower end is towards which side? Right side. I already told you, superior near muscle paralyzed, the tilt towards sound side. Here the left eye problem is right eye is a sound side. So naturally the tilt is towards the right side. That's all. You have to follow. Any problem, just again you can read. It's very easy. Interpretation is become very easy. You must have asked questions. Sir, which image, man? Which eye? Okay, man. Is elevator palsy, man? Is a cross or uncross, man? Chapter close. Tilt, if you want, you can tell. Otherwise, just tell the name of the muscle. It's enough. Now we see. Here also, you see now this chart. This is right side. This is left side. Know that. Okay. Here, which image is away? Green. Up on the left eye problem is there. That's why the left eye problem is there. You have come to a conclusion now. Now, you say elevated. So elevator problem is there. Elevator problem is there. There are 2 elevators, superior and inferior oblique. Now we see the image, a part of image coming towards the left side only. Can you see this? A part of the image coming towards the left side. That means, what do you mean by that? It is an uncrossed diplopia. Uncrossed diplopia. Elevator, inferior oblique. You know where the inferior oblique of the left eye is going to work? Dextro elevation. This is the area. Left eye inferior right superior rectus. So this area you can see now maximum separation. Can you see this? Maximum separation is there. Additional things you can tell in the exams. That means what? Just know here left eye problem, sir. Sir, here elevator problem, sir. Here, sir, the false image come towards the left side, sir. Uncrossed diplopia, sir. Sir, inferior oblique, sir. Finish. Understand now? Hello. Any doubt? Hope you will just again go through. You will easily understand all these things. Again, I'll tell you here. The same way, vertical active muscles, I put a horizontal slit. See now here, which image is further away? Green. So left eye problem. Left eye problem, you know this, the right side, left side. So left eye problem is there. And the image has come down. That means the depressor problem is there. Depressor problem is there. Now we see the green image almost coming towards my, this image you take, this part. Now the green image is almost coming towards the right side. Can you see this? It's a cross diplopia. Depressor crossed what? Inferior. Very simple. I told you, inferior tilt will be bad. Which side? Ipsilateral. I told you, remember? See the tilt. The lower end is towards the left side only. Can you see this? So now take this chart. This chart you take. Now here what? Green is a problem. Green is a problem. Depressor problem. And the green has come down. And you see now, the image has come towards the left side. A part of the image is left side only. Uncrossed. Uncrossed depressor is what? Superior oblique. I did told you, superior oblique tilt will be towards sound side. I told you, here you know the tilt of the image is towards the sound side. Can you see this? Towards the right side. Can you see this? It's a way you can see. Very simple, man. When you are given a chart of diplopia, just think which image is further away. That is problem. Is it horizontally separated only? You know, maybe middle or that. Is it uncrossed? That's all. Vertically active muscles, when the false image is going up, elevator problem is there, palsy. When the false image has come down, depressor problems. Is it uncrossed? That's all. Very simple. And if you want to add the tilt, very simple. If you want to add the tilt also into your findings, your answer, sir, it's a superior rectus problem or a superior oblique problem. The tilt is always towards the sound side. Inferior rectus or inferior oblique problem, the tilt is always towards the ipsilateral side or same side. This is the way you can answer in exams. Understand now? Here also you can see now, of course, same thing. Okay. So far, you have learned something about diplopia charting. Don't run away when you're given a diplopia chart. You ask them, give me some more charts. Let them study the exams. Suppose a single chart is given to you, you read that properly and tell, sir, I want more charts. Just tell what will happen. You see, nothing will happen. Understand now? Don't bother. No, don't be panicky. It's very, very simple. First is what? Right eye red, left eye green. You know the false image is always away. Red is away, right eye image problem. Green is away, left eye problem. Elevated, elevator palsy. Depressed, depressor palsy. Only horizontal muscles palsy. Crossed, uncrossed, that's all. You can come to a conclusion, narrate all the findings in the exams. Now I will take you to another called Hess charting. What is Hess charting? Now you know the difference here? In diplopia charting, you have got a single object. You see two images. You have to follow. Here also you are going to use a red and green goggles only, same goggles. Here what happens now, on the board, on the chart, we'll have red lights to be there. Red lights will be there. Every 15 degrees, they got light, inner squares and outer squares like this. Every 15 degrees, they've got lights. They are all red in color. Imagine now, I put a red in front of my right eye. These red lights will be seen by the right eye only. Okay, now I will ask what? I'm having green glass in front of left eye. I have a green torch which can be seen with the left eye. I will ask him, hello, superimpose the green over the lead. Yes, to superimpose. Imagine what will happen now. Suppose your both eyes are normal. Suppose this light is shown. Naturally, both eyes will see the same area. Both foveas will look at the same area. That means what? The right eye red is seen, the same area, the green also will be there. They will superimpose. They will put a green torch here. That means what? Is that muscle is working properly. That's all. Whichever muscle is acting into play. Understand now? Always remember the eye under the green color glass. You are examining. Never forget this. Always Hess chart. We examine the green color eye. Green colored glass eye. That means other eye is fixing. You know meaning now here? Whichever muscle taking part in the movement of the green colored glass, you have to know. This position, left, suppose green in front of left eye, which muscle of the left eye is going to work? If that muscle is working properly, they can easily superimpose. If the muscle is not working properly, he will touch the light green somewhere here. Suppose this light is shown, you will touch somewhere here. Now you complete all the things. Wherever the patient touching the lights, you have to draw the pictures. You connect all the lights, all the light areas where the patient was touching the green. That is called, we are going to construct the squares. This is what just remember now. In Hess charting, the difference is we are having two objects. One is a red, one is a green. You are superimposing. Diplopia charting is a single object, two images. Here got one green image is there, one a green object is there, and a red object is there. You superimpose to know whether your eye is working or not properly, the movements are normal or not. That is why it's called haploscopic principle. The Hess chart, the principle is called haploscopic principle, means you are superimposing two colored objects, one over other. I hope you understood this point. Next, what now you got? Same thing what I tell you. I already told you. Here also principle is what? Like Diplopia charting. You are having red and green goggles. That means what? You are dissociating the eyes by means of complementary colors. You are dissociating the eyes by means of complementary colors. The principle for this, apart from haploscopic, these are all complementary colors we are using to find out the test problems. In a starting, what I told you, one eye will see the red object on the screen, and the other eye has to superimpose the green target, maybe green torch on the red target. It's called haploscopic principles. This is what I told you. Imagine now, this is a red light. Can you see this is a red light? Imagine now. Now I am a green torch. Red eye, suppose right eye, red glass is there. This image will be seen by the right eye. Now the left eye has got a green. I will superimpose. You will put, suppose normal, you will superimpose here. Superimpose here. Superimpose here. Suppose the fellow, the red light is man here, and the fellow green torch is putting somewhere here, means what? This area muscle of the left eye is not working. That means what? You should know the muscles of the left eye and in the position which muscle is working. That's all. Then only you can interpret. One more point I will tell you. All these things, charts and all, based on two laws: Hering's law of equal innervation and Sherrington's law of reciprocal innervation. That's all. The entire Hess charting methods depends upon the Hering's law and Sherrington's law. That's why if you're a normal person, you're going to superimpose, man. By chance, having paralyzed muscle, naturally, the antagonist is same, maybe will overact. Because of Sherrington's law, other eye, Yoke muscle will overact because of Hering's law. That means everything at sea is the muscle is overacting or underacting. Is it acting or not? That's all I want to know. Hope you understand the point. Now I'll tell you. This idea I told you already. Imagine the lights. Can you see now? Each lines are there. Line. Can you see this? Between two lines, we got 5 degrees. The chart has got a 5 degrees. That means if you see that lights, every 51, 1, 2, 3. That means what? Every 15 degrees, you got lights are there in the chart. In the board, you got every 15 degrees, you got lights. You see now the inner area, this is called inner square area. Inner square means what now? Here 15 degrees, here 15 degrees, 15 degrees, 15, like there is 15 degrees movements. Let it follow. That means what? Inner square. If you got inner square, what do you mean by that? Suppose it is a right eye problem, right eye man. Inner square will have what now? This what? Dextro elevation area. This what? Dextro bursten area, dextro depression area. Same way here also about levo depression, levo bursten, elevation. You know these simple things in the right eye. Let it follow. You know the muscles working in the day locations. See now, inner square, I'm going to show. Suppose I've got a left eye, green torch is there. Suppose this light is shown. This light is shown to the patient. Now the left eye green touch, if you superimposing like this, that means what? In primary center area, is left eye and right eye are looking at the same position. The fovea of right and left eye are looking the same area. That's what the inference. Imagine one case. Suppose I put the light here. The light of the right eye sees this area. That means what now? This is the X-ray elevation of the right eye. I don't follow. The X-ray elevation of the right eye. The X-ray right eye superior. Okay, he's going to see this area. Now the left eye, he is going to touch the green touch. This area muscle is what? Yoke muscle, inferior oblique. Left eye inferior oblique is going to work now. I don't follow. Now, if your left eye is normal, this fellow, the green, will fall in this area. This fall on the area. This area only. That means what? If left inferior oblique is working normally. Same way, different locations. You follow. Always remember one point, man. The eye behind the green glass, you are checking. When the other eye is fixing. That means what? The eye behind the green glass, the movements of the eye, the muscles, you are supposed to know properly. Then only can interpret. That's why when you see the head chart, they will like the charts will be like this, charts will be like this. Always remember like these charts. Always remember, right side belongs to right eye. Left side chart belongs to left eye. You know the meaning here? The right eye chart denotes the right eye position when the left eye is fixing. That means what? In the right side chart, the green glass is there. I told you, green in front of which eye you are examining the movements of the particular muscle, particular eye. So always remember, they will write in the below, they will write green in front of right eye. If you see that in your chart, you see the green in front of right eye means what? You are examining the right eye when the left eye is fixing the lights. Now, next, you interchange the glasses. Unlike Diplopia charting, you have to interchange. Now here, green in front of left eye, they will write. That means what? The green in front of left eye, the right eye is fixing. That means what? You have to interpret further. Always remember, the difference in a chart is you have to interchange the glasses. Always remember the red eye glass fixing the board. The green eye glass, you are examining the eye positions. Whichever muscle of the green eye, only you have to interpret that muscle is working or not. Overworking or overacting, underworking, not working. Like this, you are supposed to know the green glass eye. That's all. Never forget, it's a very simple affair. Now here I will examine result. Now we see green in front of right eye. That means what? I'm going to examine the right eye. Right eye movements. The left eye is fixing the lights. Remember this point. See now here, this fellow green is going and touching somewhere here. See now here is going somewhere here. Like this, what is the meaning now? Here, normal area. That means what? In this quadrant, right eye is touching somewhere down. That means what? This muscle of the right eye not working properly. Be paralyzed. Maybe paralysis or paralyzed. That's enough. Now what's happening now in this case? Which is the right eye? This is levo elevation area. Superior oblique. Sorry, inferior oblique. Levo elevation area. Inferior oblique area. That means what? In the right eye, inferior oblique is not working. That then you can interpret. It's not difficult. Always remember, you should know the green glass eye, the muscle responsible for that particular movement. Now we see now here. Same thing, green for right eye. Imagine now this area is coming. Okay, it's coming. Here also coming. That means what? This quadrant is not able to come. That means what? Right eye, levo depression area, which is the muscle? Superior oblique. You know that. Understand now? That means what? In this case, you can tell, sir, problem is there, sir. Left eye, sir, is having a superior oblique problem, sir. Understand now? Sorry, right eye is having a superior oblique problem, sir. That's all. Are you to follow? Any doubt? Always remember, green in front of which eye? That eye movements you are supposed to know, the various positions. What position, man, you have got? Primary position, elevation, X2, version, depression. Levo elevation, depression, version. That's all. Always remember, green light, which eye, that eye, movement. Don't take it. You must know that muscle is working or not. Here also I can tell you. Okay, this is the chart. Now they are given the charts. This chart will be given to you in the exams. Never forget, the chart towards your right side is right eye. Left side is left eye. You can write the muscles also names. Hello. Here right eye. Which muscle man? Dextro elevation. Superior rectus. Here what man? Lateral rectus. Here what man? Inferior rectus. And here what man? Superior oblique. Here what man? Inferior oblique. Middle rectus. See now here. So right eye muscles, you know that. Okay. Now the light is shown. You see now here, I told you the green before right eye. The green before right eye. Can you see this? That means I am examining the right eye movements when the left eye is fixing the lights. Now, the primary light, the primary image, that light, no green light, red light was shown here in primary positions. The primary position, the left eye is fixing this green, red light. The same time, right eye green is having a charge. He is going to touch somewhere here. Can you see now? About 5 degrees up. See now the Samya, not same area. Not he's touching about 5 degrees up. You know, primary position itself we can tell. Sir, right eye, it is elevated, sir. 5 degrees. Hypertropia. Finished. You can straight away tell, sir, right eye, sir, hypertropia is there, sir. How many degrees? 5 degrees. You understand now? See now inner squares. You see inner square I told 9 and outer squares we got. You know, normally inner square itself will show some changes, problems, interactions, everything. If it's a paralysis case, paralysis. Suppose I'm having, the eye can move up to 20 degrees, they can move. Normally movement about 45 degrees when extremes. Now eye is able to move 20 degrees. Actually 15 degrees, they can easily move. That's why outer squares will come into picture. Outer square lights and all you have to take into account when there is a paresis. Inner square, we take it when there is a problem of paralysis, it will show changes. Of course, you have to show, you have to take both. Inner square also you have to examine, outer square also you have to examine. Okay. Most important point is inner squares will show classically changes in even in paralyzed muscle. The eye is not able to move even at 5 degrees. Whereas the eye is able to move 20 degrees, the inner square may not be enough. I have to go definitely for examining the outer squares. I hope you understood the point. Now I'll tell you one more thing here. So now here, now this red image is shown. Now the green color in front of right eye is touching somewhere here. The eye is a higher level, hyper, 5 degrees. Now we see the inner square area. See the inner square, this area, the light is shown. Can you see this? The light is shown here. The fellow is touching somewhere here. That means what? Slightly up. What do you mean by that? That area square is smaller. This area square is small. Understand now? You see the other area, same area. This light was shown because these are lights and he's touching somewhere here. That means this area is slightly larger. Let it follow. Always remember one important point. You have to take into account the small squares. Small squares only you have to take into account. Don't bother about overacting. All you can interpret. The small square only very important for us in interpreting this chart. The small area squares. See now here, what inner square itself shows, this area, small area is there, small area is there. You know which muscle is working here. Which muscle now is the leeward depression area, superior oblique area. Superior oblique area problem is there. When superior oblique problem is there, naturally you can expect the antagonist, inferior oblique to overact, contracture. See this overaction. See the overaction. Can you see this? Same thing, outer square is now. Superior oblique has to come here, man. This fellow is touching somewhere. That means what? This area is a small square. See now the inferior oblique area. It has to come here. It is overacting. Can you see this? So superior oblique is underacting. Inferior oblique of the right eye is overacting. It's the impression now. Primary position itself, I told you, the primary position 5 degree up. Why? Because of inferior oblique overactions. It has gone up because of the inferior oblique overactions. I think you have understood now. This point you're able to follow me. Now what I've done now, I am going to interchange the glasses. Now the green coming to my left eye, right eye is going to fix. See now here what happens now. In the left eye, you are going to examine the left eye muscles. This what now? Left eye, inferior oblique. This what now? Superior oblique, middle rectus. You know the muscles. Inferior, superior rectus, inferior rectus. You know the muscles names. Hey, unless you know the muscles names is something difficult to understand. Of course, those who are first year and all may have difficulty. But if once you understand, no, it's not difficult. You should know the actions of muscles. Important muscles actions, you are supposed to be thorough. Hey, you hardly about 6 muscles, man. Hello. 6 muscles, we have got hardly. Very easy to remember the muscles actions, in which position, everything. They can easily act. It's not like anatomy where you're studying 200 muscles. Here is very simple. 6 muscles only. You have to know the actions easily. But the problem is what? We are not able to understand. If you read properly, you can easily understand. Now we see, I've shown now the left eye now. The green from the left eye. That means what? The right eye is fixing. The left eye movements I'm going to find out. You see now here, the inner square I told it 9 positions. Inner square you see now here, the inferior is coming, it has to come here. It's touching somewhere here. Can you see this? That means this area is slightly larger. Same way you see now, the superior rectus, this has to come here, inner square itself, it has to come here. It is something small. Can you see this? That means what do you mean by that? The inferior rectus in the left eye is overacting. The left eye superior rectus, something underacting. Important point. You understand now? Coming to outer square also, the inferior rectus has to come here. But this fellow is overacting. Can you see this? Overactions. Same way, superior rectus has to come here. This fellow is underacting. Can you see this? That means what? Inferior rectus of the left eye overacting. Superior rectus of the left eye underacting. But I told you what? Always remember the small squares, underacting squares are very important for us. I told you. I already told you. Underacting squares are important for us. Now what's happening now? See now, right eye superior oblique under action. Left eye superior rectus under action. But which is common, man? Which is common? Superior rectus alone getting paralyzed is impossible. If at all, superior oblique is easy. You know why? Single nerve, single muscle can get easily paralyzed. That's why small square, in this case, you must tell, sir, it's a problem of right superior oblique problem. Finished. But when you're given a chance, you talk something, sir, in primary position, sir, 5 degrees, sir. You talk like this, sir, inner square, sir, so small square, sir, outer square, sir, small. Sir, you keep on talking something, come to interpretation. Don't suddenly come to the conclusion, inferior, superior oblique palsy. Don't come. Because you, even if you don't diagnose, doesn't matter. You just explain. This is chart. Green in front of right eye. The right eye movements you have found out, sir. Green in front of left eye, sir. Left eye movements you are going to find out, sir. When the other eye is fixing the target, sir. Finished. This is the way of answering exams. Don't follow. Very simple. Very, very simple. It's not at all a problem for you. You can easily read. I'll show you one more. So now here also you can see now. Always remember now. This is right eye. This is left eye. Left side. What do you mean by that? Green in front of right eye. Green in front of left eye. Now we see here. What's happening now? This is a superior oblique area. Can you see this? This is a small area. See the inferior oblique area is a large area. Same inner square also larger area. Inner square superior oblique small area. Same other area. Understand now? Other area. See inferior rectus is overacting. Can you see this? And you see now superior oblique underacting. Can you see this? That means you straight away you can tell now. Sir, right superior oblique palsy. Now, how do you interpret now? It's here Sherrington's law, Hering's law there. Right superior oblique problem is there, palsy is there. The right inferior oblique will overact. You know the contracture because of Sherrington's law. She's overacting. She's overacting. Can you see this? Same way, left eye, the yoke muscle of the superior oblique is what? Inferior rectus is overacting because of Hering's law. Increased energy, increased innervation going on for the left inferior rectus is overacting. Now the left superior rectus, why is underacting? They will ask you. That is because of Sherrington's law. That is called the inhibitional palsy. inhibitional palsy of the inferior rectus of the left eye. That is because of Sherrington's law. That's why I told you, Hess chart, everything depends upon your Harring's and Sherrington's law. Hope you understood this point. Next slide also will show you. Here also you can see now here. What's happening here? Can you see here? Can you see here now? Right eye, green in front of right eye, green in front of left eye. See now here, in primary position, in primary positions, this light was shown. This person, the green light is falling here in the right eye. That means what? 5 degree down, hypo. And you see in a square, this area belongs to your inferior rectus area. See now the inferior rectus has come, but this fellow is overacting. Can you see this? Same way, outer square, they are not able to record it. The inferior rectus muscle is going further. That means accordingly what this flat said, in primary position, the right eye 5 degree hypo. Sir, inner square, inferior rectus is overacting. Sir, outer square, inferior rectus is overacting. This is the impression you got. Now come to left side. Come to left side now. Green in front of left eye. See now here. The center primary position here is touching 5 degree up. That means what? Left eye 5 degree hyper. Next word, inner square you see now. Inner square, sir. This area you see, sir. This is what superior oblique area, sir. And you know, adduction coming down. So superior oblique is here underacting. Outer square also, sir. Underacting. Can you see this? Slight overaction of inferior oblique is there. That's all. Doesn't matter. But now I told you what? Underacting muscle only, small squares only have taken into account. Here what now? Left eye superior oblique problem is there with a corresponding overactivity in the other eye because of Harring's law. That's all your answer. Understand now? This is the way you have to answer in the exams. Can I see here another chart? See now the right eye. The right eye green front of right eye. Now this light was shown this primary positions. But this fellow is touching, see now, 1, 2, 3, 15 degree inside. That means what? The eye, the right eye, in front of right eye, the right has gone inwards. Esotropia of 15 degrees. Ready to follow? But there is no elevations. Please remember, there is no hyper or hypo. Only horizontally separation is there. That means what? Primary position, the right eye, 15 degree ESO. You see the other squares. See the other inner square is here. Inner square. See now lateral rectus. Inner square has to come here. This lateral rectus area has to come here. But now it is coming somewhere here. That means what? The lateral rectus is not working properly. Same way, outer square also you see now. It has to come here. This fellow is touching somewhere here. That means what? Classical lateral rectus palsy. Straight away you can tell. But you know lateral palsy, Harring's law or Sherrington's law. The middle rectus, internal rectus or middle rectus overacting. Can you see this? Outer square itself shows classical overactions of middle rectus because of contracture, because of Sherrington's law. Now come to left eye. Left eye you come. See now the primary position, the light is shown here. That fellow is touching 1, 2, 3. Coming, see now 4, nearly 20 degrees. ESO. Why? Why? Because right rectus palsy is there. Left middle it is a yoke muscle. It will overact. Naturally, the eye has gone medially. Ready to follow? That means you must tell now, sir, normal eye deviates 20 degrees, sir. Paralyzed deviates only 15 degrees. You know, it's called secondary deviation, primary deviation, everything you know that. A secondary deviation will be more than primary in a case of what? Paralysis twin only. Here lateral palsy is there. The left eye is a sound eye deviating more, sir, 20 degrees. Now one more. Middle rectus overacting, I told you. Now we see the lateral rectus here. The lateral rectus, it has to come here, but this fellow is small. Why? Inhibitional palsy. The right to left middle is overacting. The left lateral is underacting because of inhibition. That is called Sherrington's law again. That's why I told you, Hess chart, everything depends upon your Harring's and Sherrington's law. We got inner squares, outer squares. Inner squares will show gross changes in a paralytic case, paralysis. Whereas the outer square is also you have to examine. Suppose I'm having a paresis, I have to rule out. Never forget this point. Never forget. I'll show you here. Can you see here also? Same patient, only same thing. See now, inner square. Okay, now the outer square, the lateral is not working properly. Can you see this? Inner square also does come here. It's not coming here. That means what? Lateral external right eye is not working. See the left eye. Left eye, you see now the primary position deviated so much. Here about 15 degree means he is going somewhere 20-25 degrees, and the middle is overacting. That you can tell easily. So it's a case of right lateral palsy. One more. Sometimes we will have what now? The inner square, you can have inner square, or it's called inner square. Inner square, outer square. You see now, both are compressed vertically. If it's a paralysis or paralysis, one area may be small. That's different. Paralysis means one area may be small. But here you got uniformly, entire upper area, entire inner square, entire outer square, they're all compressed vertically. This is called vertical compression. This is called, the Hess chart is vertically compressed. What do you mean by that? Here something a mechanically restricted area. Problem. Classical. You see other eye. Because of that problem, no, they are having overactions. See the Hess chart size is larger here. The Hess chart size is larger. Inner square large, outer square also large. Here the inner and outer squares are smaller, equally compressed vertically. This is called blowout fracture case. Blowout fracture case, what now? Sir, inner square all as well as outer square are equally vertically compressed, sir. One Hess chart, the blowout eye is smaller, sir, compared to normal eye, sir. It's a larger, sir. That is why it used to be called as, previously used to be called as Laurel and Hardy. Laurel and Hardy, they were comedians of Hollywood in the 1960s and all. So one fellow is motam, that fatty, one fellow is thin. That's why it's a thin Hess chart. It's a thick, fatty. That's why it's called Laurel and Hardy Hess charting. Where it can happen, it's called vertically compressed. Vertically compressed. Never forget, vertically compressed sentence. Now I'll tell you one more thing. Sometimes see vertically compressed. By chance, what happens now? I'm having a Hess chart of like this, horizontally compressed. From here and here. It's not vertically okay, but it's horizontally compressed. But horizontal problem is there. Inner square also compressed horizontally, and then outer square also horizontally compressed. Your answer should be mechanical restrictions. Example, Duane's. Duane syndrome case, you can have horizontal compression. Never, these are all some of the questions they can ask you. One more thing, classical exam question I can tell you. Can you see here? You see now, you can just interpret yourself. This is right, green in front of right, and then green in front of left. See the right eye. In primary position, that bullet has in the same area. There is no elevation and depression. There is nothing is there. So no elevation problem, no depression problems. In primary position, same. Left eye is seeing that, the right eye also see the same area. But when you see here, the inferior oblique area here is a small square. Can you see this? Same way here also, inferior oblique is a small area. That means what? Here, what's the problem now? The inferior oblique is not working. That's all you're supposed to know. You have to follow. But the primary portion, same. If an inferior oblique problem is superior oblique overaction, you will have a hypo. You know that the eyeball will come down. But here is what's happening now. Eyeball is same level, but adductor lookup is not going. What's happening now? You see, when the inferior is a case of inferior, imagine it's a case of inferior oblique palsy, you should have superior oblique overactions. But here the superior oblique is normal. Superior oblique is not overacting. That's the meaning. What now? It is not at all a nerve palsy case. It's a case of what is called mechanical restriction. You might have heard about Brown syndrome. Brown syndrome. You know Brown syndrome? Where your superior oblique tendency syndrome. Superior oblique is not allowing the inferior oblique to work. Not allowing the inferior oblique to work. That's called Brown syndrome. If you see this, one side only flat, something in a small, similar to a dog. Falling, is falling like this. That's why it's called dog ear Hess charting. Dog ear Hess charting. Dog ear Hess charting occurs where? In case of Brown syndrome. How do you know it's a superior oblique palsy or not, doctor? Inferior oblique palsy. Your answer very simple, sir. Brown syndrome, sir. In primary position, same position, sir. No change. And there is no overaction of superior oblique, sir. Finished. This is the way I have to answer the exams. So I will tell you again. Diplopia charting and Hess charting, you read again, see the pictures, you can come to a conclusion. It's not all difficult. Very, very easy to interpret. There are so many things that are in the starting, but I don't want to confuse you. This is what just basics required for examinations I've told. Thank you very much. Thank you.